Another day and another BS advertorial spun by a buyer's agent to Old Mate Reporter here to write an article. This BS part-time receptionist on $50K a year reveals tricks she used to pay off a home loan in 4.5 years. Now, my spider senses are telling me that this 57-year-old receptionist is either moonlighting as a high-class escort under GILF, or she's spitting some real BS. Without further ado, let's go to my drawing board and let's crack into the roast. So the protagonist of this story is a single mother, 57 years old with 2 kids, and she works part-time on $50K. And she's going to reveal how on a $50K part-time job, basically with one hand behind her back, how she paid off a mortgage so bloody quick. While you full-timers that are earning more than $50K with 2 hands working can't even do that in bloody 10 years. Digging into the article and looking at the deeds, her home loan is $350K and it's in Adelaide. That's where her prime place of residence is, and she paid off this home loan in 4.5 bloody years. Like every advertorial that I have roasted, it says here Old Mate Miller, now 37, came from a desperate situation. Her battler story is so that she can relate to the mass audience that's reading this article, obviously for leads to the buyer's agent, was that she was like, I was divorced and finding money difficult. I was scared because I might sell the house. But oh my God, a chance encounter at a barbecue. How convenient. Met an investment advisor and a friend who said, these are the secrets. Secret, ladies and gentlemen, is step 1. Pull out equity on your prime place of residence, which is $350K, and the article said the debt was equivalent to half the value of the property. If my maths is mathing right, if her home loan is $350K, well, times this by 2, the market value of her home would be $700K. And you want to know what that strategy is? Well, it's to refinance a loan on her Adelaide home, draw out some of the equity to fund the deposit and stamp duty cost of an investment property in Queensland. Oh my goodness. Give me a wall so I can smash my head against it. Now, I won't be roasting Grandma Miller so hard if I wasn't a mortgage broker with more than 15 years of experience, because let me show you something. With $50K, 2 dependents, you can't even freaking refinance the $350K you got. How the hell you gonna pull out equity to buy a property in Queensland? Oh my God. On to my custom serviceability calculator, which by the way is created just for fun and not financial advice, rough estimates by the way. Putting in $50K worked out income, plugging in $350K to refinance on 30 years and using 5.5, very conservative variable rate. Checking in 1 adult with 2 dependents. Let's say her living expenses altogether is $2,180. Look at it, negative $9,960. Denied. But guys, wait, the bullshit doesn't stop there. Because Old Mate here, not only she cannot refinance a $350K home loan on $50K, she's gonna buy and go ahead with a Queensland property. This double-story house is at least $450,000. Obviously, she had no money, so the strategy is to pull out equity from this $700K PPOR Adelaide home. So if the property was, for example, $400K, 20% plus stamp duty is $100K. So you add $350K, the original loan, to $100K. Now her original loan plus the new loan will be $450K against the PPOR. You then borrow 80% against this to avoid mortgage insurance, which then equals to $320K extra lending. If the Old Mate receptionist did her maths correctly, $320K plus her existing $450K, including the cash out, would be a $770K home loan. And check this out, guys. I'm nearly falling off my chair. The cornerstone of the strategy was to actually take on more debt, $770K now, but to use tax deductions and discipline to boost her savings and eventually make a lump sum payment to close her original loan. How is this possible? Like you might be asking? Because obviously she's failing servicing on $350K already. Well, to quote Old Mate Miller, my parents always taught me you have to pay off your homes before anything else. But I learned I had to change my mindset. So you gotta change your mindset, you cunts. You guys who are working full-time, more than $50,000 a year, are just dumb, because all you need to do is open an offset account and divert all the income rental into the offset account so you can fill it up to make a lump sum payment. It's so obvious, guys. I have a $450K home loan now against my PPR, including the cash out. I open an offset account, and from the investment property, obviously I'm getting rent, so you just direct all your rent into the offset so it fills it all up, and then move it here and it closes the loan to zero. And you can do that in 4.5 years. Who cares what this calculator say, which is a tool used by us mortgage brokers, because you got to trust the article, not this calculator, because if you put 350k at generous 6% interest on 30 years, right, the normal repayment already is about $2,098. But say if I input $4,000 extra every month, I can get this home loan down to 24 years. Basically, from 30 years down to this much, which is what the article was saying, 4.5 years, all paid out. So the total repayment per month will be $6,000. Jumping on a PAYG calculator, which I found on Google, entering $50,000, the net cash flow per month into her bucket is $3,525. This much is coming in, but this much is required to pay the home loan down to 4.5 years. How the hell, aside from her own living expenses, is she gonna cover the difference of $2,575 per month? Oh wait, the article does explain how. Oh, this is how she did it. She used a credit card with an interest-free term to pay her day-to-day expenses. She then paid off the expenses on the card near the end of the interest-free term. Wow! And another critical strategy is while my big ugly face blocks the buyer's agent who's suggesting all these beautiful strategies because he's also on TikTok and I don't want to have any friction over here. It says here the tactic was to maximize her tax claims. What? Claim negative gearing? Claim tax deduction? You're on 50k, yo! You can't do much negative gearing. Even though the mass is not massing up, Miss Miller's advice is that my advice for others would be to take a chance and talk to other people who have done it. Let me guess, talk to who? Maybe your buyer's agent? Oh, or talk to Mickey Mouse on Fairyland where he paid off his mortgage in like one day? Guys, if you watched thus far, treat it like entertainment. I'm just really sick of these stories where they're selling the dream. 50k, one hand behind the back, so easy. Buy investment property, pay off your mortgage in 4.5 years, so easy. Jump in the comments, let me know whether I roasted too hard or too soft.